Hi, I want to demonstrate how to carry out land-use land-cover classification using Sentinel-2 on ArcGIS Pro. But first, I want to go over Sentinel-2 and what you're going to be seeing. Now, Sentinel-2 has different resolutions. We have the 10-meter resolution, we have the 20-meter resolution, we have the 60 meters resolution. But we're basically interested in the 10-meter resolution. And the bands that have the 10 meters resolution are band 2, 3, 4, and 8. That's the blue, green, red, visible, and near infrared. Now, but on Pro, when you clip your data, it's going to change that and go rename it to band 1, 2, 3, 4. So what you're going to have to do is to map each number to the right band. For example, 4 is going to be for band 8, 3 for band 4, and 2 on Pro for band 3. So let me just go over to Pro and show you that. So I want to assume that you downloaded your Sentinel-2 data and you've probably added to your folder connection like I did. So I'm going to expand that and you can see now this is my Sentinel-2. Unfortunately, well, mine had two scenes covering my study area, but I'm just going to focus on one for now because I have one that I mosaicked. Now, if you have to mosaic your data, you could see there's a video on Telegram to show you how to do that. Now, this is the one I'm going to be using. This has all the bands that has the 10-meter resolution. So, but however, if you need the other ones, if you just want to explore, you can go over to this folder, this IMG data folder, and you can see the different resolutions. So you can have the bands in there. So I'm just going to right click this and say add to current map. Now, when I do that, this is going to come out. Now the picture is going to be in a natural color. That's the one you can see the green for vegetation and whatnot. Now you can see now the bands that this is the red band, this is the green band, and this is the blue band, like you saw on the slide. So what I want to do is to change this because I want to carry a Landuse Landcover. So I want to change this to the right combination so I can have vegetation being red and like. So I'm going to change this. Like I said, we're going to use band 8, band 4, and band 3. The first one is going to be band 8. Next band is going to be band 4. And the last one is going to be band 3. So I'm going to leave it at that. And you're going to see that it's going to show up. Just wait for it to load. All right. So you can now see the colors, four colors. So my red is for vegetation, the one that looks really, darkish. Blue, black somehow, really zoom in is the water body. You can actually see that run through. While these are the brighter one, and this is the bareland and the built-up area. So, like we are having three classes: water body, the built-up, and bareland. And also, we have the vegetation. So you can see that this is really, really big. My scene is really big, too big. So I'm going to have to clip it. So I'm going to, for you to clip your study area, you're going to use the clip raster tool on your processing tool. So I'm going to assume you have done that and know how to do that. Now, when I clip, this is what's going to happen. This is going to come out, but it's not going to come out like this. You're going to have it say 1, 2, and 3 in most cases, right? It defaults back to the natural color. So that's what I was saying here in this slide. That is going to rename that like this. So what I need is band 4, 3, and 2. So I'm going to go there and change this to 4, which is band 8, 3, which is band 4, and 2, which is band 3. So now I get the right thing. So you can see as you get back my colors, my red for vegetation, this the brown one for bareland and built up, and you can see the dark water body now. So once you've done your band combination, the next thing is to prepare your training samples and start training those samples so that you can use that for your classification. So to do that, you're going to come to the imagery tab and select the classification tools under the image classification group. Just click that and you're going to select training sample manager. Now it's going to bring up defaults and our CD classification scheme. But you could now, if you had a training sample, for example, if we have one that we're going to share around, you can now, browse the existing schema if you create one, or you can use maybe generate one from a raster or from a training sample. But I'm just going to go ahead and create a schema for us. I'm going to edit this. I'm going to call that GRMI. I'll just call that, and then I'll just put in the organization as well. I'm just going to save that. Now I'm going to right click here to add my class. So the first one is and Bayland value. I'm just going to give it 10. So this value is an integer that's used to tie back to the name of your class, that particular class. So I'm just going to call this 10 as well. So description optional. Since it's built up, I could just choose any color I want. So I'll just select this one. Say okay. That's for Bayland. I'm going to add a new one. You can right click in this and say new class. I'm going to add the next class or next training group. Call this just call this vegetation. Right, I'll give it 20. So I'm moving 10, 20. I could just give this green, just very light green. And I'll just copy that and give it as the alias. Just do okay there. The last one is the water body. I'll just call that water. I'll give this, you could guess, 30. Change this to say light blue. I'll just type 30 there as well. You could type anything there, the last name, just like you have your fuel last name. So I'll just do okay. So I have my three classes under my schema. So this is my schema. We could actually send this to everybody so that we always have that schema. So now to train my samples now, I'll have to come say build up. I want to do build up, so I'll just select any of these shape. You can use a rectangle depending, or a polygon, and different shapes that you want. So I'll just go and create a pod. Then I'll zoom into the pixel so I can see the right pixel and just draw around it. So you can now see that it's coming out here. You have the class and the sample. That's the first sample. I'll just come here as well and create that. You can see sometimes you could make it really big so it covers the area you want. So I'm trying to avoid the red ones so it knows. So that could just do that. So since this is a road, I'll just take that to um so sorry about that. So you're gonna have to pick as much as you can so that you can have very, very good um classification. You just zooming well so that you can get right stuff. So after that, you just click that and click the last one. I hold down shift to click that. So I'm going to merge it. Yeah, here is called collapse. You're going to just collapse it to that. So assuming I'm done with built up environment, I'll just go over to vegetation, right? And I'll also say select that because I want to also now take the training examples for vegetation. So I'm just going to draw that. I'm going to come here where I have the really healthy stuff. Gonna go all the way. I should really. So you really have to zoom in. So for demonstration purpose, I'm just going to have to do this. So you have to be really careful about when you're doing, so that if you don't. Right, so I'm going to do the same thing. Hold down shift. So you could pick as many as you want. So hold down shift to match that. Then I'll go for the water body as well. Select my just zoom in to get the pixel. You can make your polygon as big as you want. So I could just follow around all of that just to have a very good classification. So I'm avoiding the red one because it looks like some vegetation in there. So I need to really come out right. So I'm just gonna zoom and also have that. So this one seems to be a little lighter. So you have to get all the pixels, the one that are really deep and ones that seem to be a little lighter. So you can so it doesn't misclassify it as something else. So I'm just gonna So I'm just gonna pick this one as well. I mean, it's really tricky, but there seems to be some water there because you can see there seem to be a little tributaries and all of that in here as well. Just gonna I could use a rectangle in this case now and just pick that. It's too much. Um, um, there's another light one. So you can see the pixels have different colors because of the intensity. So once that is done, you can see. Oh, here's another one. I'll just go ahead and do this then. Um, there. I'm gonna hold down shapes and select the last one in Mage. I'll collapse it. So now I have my samples. So yours has to could be a lot more than this. You can see I have 10. I have 13 here now, 9 there. So to have a good, better classification, you need to have more training samples. The more, the better. So that's what you're gonna have to do. Now I'm gonna save this. You're gonna have to save your current training sample so that you can use that for your classification. So I'm gonna save it in my database. Just gonna go there. Um, Save that as I'll just call it this training sample. Saving that. And once that is done, I can now come back to my classification tools and say I want to classify, right? I'll just click that classify, and the classifier is going to is selected already, so I'll just leave that. And it's asking for a training sample, right? So since I don't have that, it's not going to work. So I just have to open this. Remember my location, my database. I'll just go there. I can't seem to find it there. So what I have to do is refresh. So I'll just come here and refresh. So you can see. So if you can't find it, just click the refresh button and you're gonna find your training sample there. So I'm gonna select that. So it's saying maximum number of samples per class. Yeah, you can leave that. This is optional. So I'm gonna leave that output classified data set. So this way you can save your classify data. I'm just gonna store it in my. I'm sure it's stored in my database. So I'll just go check. Yeah, it's on my database. I'll just open that and just make sure it's there. I'm just gonna say had one here already. So I'll just say um oh, land use. I'll just say that. I'll leave this one here. That's the file. So I'll just do with that and then click the run button and wait for it to run. It's gonna take a while. Oh, so there you go. So we have that classified data. You can now see that my classes are now they're built up, and Bayland is the yellow one. We have a lot of that. The vegetation is the green one. You could see I could actually now swipe this for you to see. I can now compare. You can see this is it's good. It's pretty good. You can see that the vegetation the red, you can now see that it aligns. So if I had a lot more samples, it would have looked really, really nicer. So you can see the red parts here. You can now see the rectangle as well and whatnot. And you can see the water body. It's good. You can see some label. I think it kind of misclassified this as water body because it doesn't seem to be water body. So that's why I have to be really careful about it. So that's how you carry out classification, line use line cover classification of sectoral data using ArcGIS Pro.